This session is about subclasses. Subclasses are a handy feature if you have a class that has certain attributes which are only relevant to some of the instances of this class and not to others. To illustrate this, let's have a look here at this knowledge graph I set up earlier. This is a knowledge graph of an online bookstore. So you can see we have our books here. We have customers. The customers can order books, and these are recorded here in the orders table. As you can see here, the orders table contains the class order type, which can be either digital or physical. In the case of a physical order, the customer orders a book and they receive a shipment, recorded here in the shipment class, that contains the book. If the customer prefers a digital order, if the customer prefers a digital version of the book, then the order will have the order type digital and the customer will be provided with a download URL. Now this all looks properly set up, but if I now ask to show all orders, we can see here that when I flip through the results here, that all of the orders are physical. Why is this the case? This is the case because Veezoo wants to show the shipping mode here. And the shipping mode, of course, is only relevant to physical orders. So accidentally, we filtered out all non-physical orders. And this, of course, is not something that we want. So here it will make sense to set up two subclasses, a subclass for physical orders and a subclass for digital orders. How do we do this? We go to Veezoo Studio, we open up the orders class, and in here we can create our two new subclasses. So I prepared this here already. Now we have two subclasses. We have a subclass physical orders and a subclass downloads. Important, every subclass has to have a name and they need a definition. This definition tells Veezoo what orders belong to this particular subclass. So here we say if this, so this order has order type physical, then it belongs to this subclass. And equivalently here, if the order has order type digital, it belongs to this subclass. Generally speaking, not every order has to be part of a subclass. So we could have a subclass that just contains a part of the overall class. But here in our specific case, each order is either a physical or a digital order. Now, once we have these subclasses here, we can add attributes in here. So what we would want to do is go through the attributes that we have here and see which ones of these are only relevant to one or the other. As we said before, the relationship with shipment is only relevant to physical orders. So we can take this and we can go into the subclass physical orders. Now, similarly, there's some fields that are only relevant to the download. So the download count, how often a user has already downloaded a book, as well as the download URL. And the expiration date of the download URL. And all other attributes that we have here, like quantity, unit price, which book, are of course relevant to physical orders as well as downloads. And these attributes are inherited by all of the subclasses. So once we have saved this, let's go back and have a look at the knowledge graph. We need to reload the page here. And now we can see that additionally to the classes we had before, we now have the subclasses. So we have a subclass for downloads and we have a subclass for physical orders. And as we can see, the relationship with the shipment is now on the physical orders. We can now ask questions like, how many downloads that we have. And Veezoo now understands that this is talking about the subclass download. And as we can see, the inherited properties of the class order are still available. So we still have the order date, we still have the relationship with the book, and so on and so forth. We can also compare the subclasses to each other. So we can ask, compare the revenue generated by downloads versus physical orders. And here we see the results. So to summarize, subclasses are relevant if you have a class that contains certain attributes that is only relevant to some of the instances of this class.